What's up, Revivalists? How's it going? Simon here from CD Revival, and it's the next part of my CD collection video, and I'll be doing the next part of P. I've got two more to do, including this one for the P artists. So today I'm going to be starting off with one of my favourite hip-hop bands of all time, and that is Public Enemy. First album, Yo Bum Rush the Show from 1987. Really good start from them. Not their best album, they would go on to do considerably better albums, but I think this one is a decent start. Executive producer was Rick Rubin on this one, obviously on Def Jam Recordings, legendary hip hop and also rock label as well. But yeah, some really good stuff on here, things like You're Gonna Get Yours, the guitar orientated Sophisticated Bitch, My Uzi Weighs a Tons, a classic track, Public Enemy #1, Yo Bum Rush the Show, Raise the Roof. Really awesome album. So they would go on to do better stuff. This is the classic lineup with Chuck D, Flavor Flav, adding some comedic flavour to it, if you like. Terminator X, the DJ, and Professor Griff and the S1Ws all in place. So really good start from them, and an excellent album all round. Next one, second album, probably one of my favourite hip hop albums of all time. Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Superb album, this one. Just classics from start to finish. Things like Bring the Noise, Don't Believe the Hype. We've got Night of the Living Bassheads, Prophets of Rage, Rebel Without a Pause, which I think is one of their best tracks. Security of the First World, the instrumental sort of drum track, which was used for Justify My Love by Madonna as the backing track. And you've got Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos, which is another excellent track. And also She Watched Channel Zero, which samples Angel of Death, Slayer, guitar riff. So some really good stuff on there, just classics from start to finish. An absolutely superb, essential hip-hop album. Next one I have got of theirs is Fear of a Black Planet, their third album. This one, say, a lot more rich sort of textures on it, some really good samples on here. Brother's Gonna Work It Out, 911's a Joke, Welcome to the Terror Dome, which is a really, like, one of my favourite tracks of theirs also. Burn Hollywood Burn, which features Ice Cube and Big Daddy Kane, the title track. And also Fight the Power, which was a real famous track of theirs, which was on the Do the Right Thing soundtrack, the Spike Lee film, which is a good film as well. But yeah, third album, still going strong. Excellent album, Fear of a Black Planet. Then we have Apocalypse 91, The Enemy Strikes Black. Another really good album, still in their prime at this point. Really enjoyed this one when it came out. Some really good stuff on it. Lost at Birth, Rebirth, the first two tracks sort of go into one, and they're both excellent. Night Train, Can't Trust It, 1 Million Bottle Bags, Shut 'Em Down, and also By the Time I Get to Arizona. All absolutely stellar tracks. It's got the Anthrax version of Bring the Noise on here as well. Not as good as the original, but still well worth checking out. Yeah, don't sleep on this album, really cool. Apocalypse 91. A couple of singles now, two versions of Can't Trust It. Slightly different versions on here. Not massively different though. But yeah, good CD single from that album. Then I've got the CD single of Hazy Shaded Criminal. This is from the Greatest Misses album, which they did, which was sort of remixes of some of their most famous tracks, and also a couple of new tracks. This is one of the new tracks on there, and it's a really cool track. I haven't got I used to have it on vinyl actually, the original album, but I don't have that. I think it's okay, it's not necessarily essential. Next album I have got is Music and Our Mess Age. This one's their sort of anti-gangster rap album, if you like, which was obviously a real big thing at the time. Terminator X still in the band at this point. Griff has left for a spell. Not a bad album, this one. It's not their best, but it's got some good stuff on it. Give It Up, Whose Side You On, What Side You On, should I say. What Kind of Power We Got. Live and Undrugged Part 1 and 2, probably the best tracks on there. But yeah, some good stuff. Still a cool album. It's a long album, this one actually, but definitely worth checking out. Then we've got There's a Poison going on. This one, I think Griff was back in the band at this point. Terminator X still there. This one was not on Def Jam. You can't actually stream this album either. It's not on Amazon. I don't think it's on Spotify either. I don't know all the streaming services. I only use Amazon myself personally, but yeah, I like this album. It's got some good stuff on it. Do You Want to Go Our Way? Crayola is really cool. First to Sheep, Next to Shepherd's good. Yeah, it's got some good stuff on it. Swindler's Lust as well is a bit of a controversial track. They were accused of anti-Semitism on that track, but I don't really see it. If you check the lyrics, it doesn't really allude to that, to be honest with you. But yeah, cool album. If you want to hear it, you need to physically get it. We have also got New World Order. This one's on Red Eye Records, I think. This one, I think, has got DJ Lord. I think Terminator X had left the band by this point, by mutual consent. He went off and he's doing ostrich farming, literally ostrich farming or something. It's an okay album, this one. It's a little bit by the numbers. It's not their strongest. It's not a bad album, but it's okay. They did a few albums, like they've done a bunch of stuff. Some of them are getting quite hard to get hold of now and can go for quite a lot of money. So if you see them, pick them up. Things like, I don't know, Man Plans, God Laughs, and Most of My Heroes Still Don't Appear on No Stamp, and Revolvolution as well. It's about 5 or 6, which I don't have. But I've got this one, which is their most recent one. What Are You Going to Do When the Grid Goes Down? Which they're back on Def Jam on this, for this album, which came out in 2020. It's an okay album. There's a lot of guest rappers on there, people like Cypress Hill. Public Enemy #1 is a redone version of that with Mike D and Ad Rock of the Beastie Boys, and also Run DMC. There's a Fight the Power remix which features Nas and a couple of others as well. It's an okay album. I don't think it's their best. I was expecting more from their sort of triumphant return to Def Jam, if you like. But it's alright. I think it does get better as it goes along. But it's a bit sort of nostalgic and not necessarily as good as their older stuff. But still well worth checking out. Still a cool album. That's it for Public Enemy. It's a great band. Well, great hip hop outfit. If you like that kind of thing, then much better than a lot of the hip hop that they play nowadays. It's not really for me necessarily, but I like the older school stuff. Going on to a different band now. This is Public Image Limited, which was John Lydon's band, which after he finished with the Sex Pistols. The first album I've got of theirs. I've not got too many of theirs because once again they're quite tricky to pick up nowadays for a decent price. This is compact disc, sometimes called album, sometimes called cassette for the cassette. The deluxe version that they brought out was just recalled album again. This is my favourite album of theirs, to be honest. Some really good tracks on it. Steve Vai does the guitar. Bill Laswell is on there as well. But all the tracks, like Rise is probably their most famous track, but all the tracks are good. Fishing, Round, Bags, Home, Ease, FFF. Really good, quite hard rocking album with some really good sounds on it. And one of my favourite albums, probably of all time, to be honest with you. It really is superb. I have also got That What Is Not from them, which was a few albums after that one, which is another really cool album, quite rocking once again. This one came out in 1992. This was their last one for a fair while, actually. But some good tracks on here, things like Lux Up, Cruel's really cool. Covered is I think the single on it, that's really good. Unfair Ground. Yeah, some really good stuff on there. And I've also got the Greatest Hits So Far, which came out in 1990, which is stuff off their earlier albums, and then up to Don't Ask Me, which I think wasn't even on an album. But yeah, good stuff, this one. I think this has sort of been usurped by the Greatest Hits called Rise, which if you go on Amazon or what have you, they'll try and let you play that one, not this one. This one doesn't seem to be streamable, but it is really good, from 1990. Now I have a band, Propane, one album from them, Foul Taste of Freedom, from I think 1993, yeah. This is good as well, New York hardcore, but used to listen to a lot of that at this point. This album's worth a listen. Title track's probably the best track on there. And a couple more, what else have we got here? Oh, Pulp Fiction, motion picture soundtrack. Like a lot of Tarantino films, and the soundtracks are always really cool as well. It features songs from the film and also interludes with spoken bits from the film as well. So if you like the movie, then you'll probably appreciate the soundtrack. And I've got one album from Puscifer, which is completely gone blank. The guy from Tool, the singer from Tool, man, I can't even remember his name, man. That is just so really cool. Oh yeah, Maynard Keenan, of course. Maynard from Tool, his spin-off band, he obviously does Perfect Circle as well, which I've got a few of theirs. I think I prefer Puscifer because it's like very different to Tool, but quite electronic, quite ambient, spaced out, really good stuff. Yeah, really like this album. Bullet Train to Iowa, really good track. The Underwhelming's really good. But yeah, just a really cool album, well worth checking out. And the last one I've got in this segment is this one, which is an Alan Partridge. It's like a comedy CD. This is from his radio shows, his Knowing Me, Knowing You 3. So Steve Coogan creation. I think it's hilarious. My other half, she hates it pretty much, you know, wants to kill herself if ever I, you know, put Alan Partridge on. So you either like it or you don't, but I think it's really funny, and I know a lot of other people do as well. So, but yeah, so that one there. And yeah, hope you like the video. I really hope you like the video because it's the second time I recorded it. The first time was out of sync, so I've had to completely redo it all again, which is a real pain in the arse. So hopefully this one's come out okay. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. I know I say that every time, but it really, really does. And I really appreciate all of you that have subscribed so far, and also massively appreciate any comments, what you think of my collection in the comments below. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you all next time for, so I've got the 1999 Prince review, which will be the deluxe edition. That'll be the next video, should be at the end of the week. And then next week I will be doing the last part of P, which contains Primal Scream and Primus and some other bits. And then we'll be on to Q, which I've got like a couple of rankings to do, which will be Queen, the band Queen, and also Queens of the Stone Age, and a few bits from Queensryche as well. I don't have enough of their stuff to do a full ranking. To be honest with you, not all of their stuff is fantastic, but their early stuff was really, really cool. And also their new album's really good as well. But so that's for next couple of weeks. Thanks for sticking with the channel, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers.